Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop begging for someone's attention, they suddenly start showing up more than ever before? It sounds almost backwards, but this happens so often that it has become one of the most talked about patterns in human psychology and relationships. Today, we are going to break down exactly why this happens, what is going on in someone's mind when you stop chasing them, and how you can use this understanding to build healthier relationships, not just to manipulate people, but to actually attract genuine connection into your life. Let's start with the basic truth about human nature. People do not value what comes easily to them. This is not cruelty, it is simply how the human brain is wired. When something requires effort to obtain, our brain assigns it more importance. When something is freely available at all times, our brain quietly files it away as less significant, even if that thing is genuinely valuable. This is why a diamond costs more than water, even though water keeps us alive and diamonds do not. Scarcity creates value in the mind, and constant availability, no matter how well-intentioned, can unintentionally erase it. Now apply this to relationships. When you are constantly chasing someone, whether it's a partner, a friend, a family member, or even a business contact, you are unknowingly sending a signal that says, "I will always be here no matter what you do or don't do." There is no uncertainty, no tension, no need for the other person to make any effort because you are already doing all the work for both of you. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Certainty, when it is one-sided, kills desire. The other person does not feel a pull toward you because there is nothing to pull against. You are already there, fully available, fully invested, and fully predictable. But something shifts the moment you stop chasing. When you pull back, even without saying a single word about it, you create space. And in that space, something powerful happens. The other person is forced to sit with the absence of you. They no longer have the comfort of knowing you will always initiate the conversation, always make the plans, always smooth things over, always be there whenever they finally decide to show up. Suddenly, they have to ask themselves a question they never had to ask before. What if this person is no longer guaranteed? This is where the psychological shift happens. Humans are deeply loss-averse creatures. Study after study in behavioral psychology has shown that the fear of losing something is a far more powerful motivator than the desire to gain something of equal value. When you were chasing, there was nothing to lose because you were always present. But when you stop, you introduce the very real possibility of loss, and that possibility activates something primal in the other person's mind. They begin to reflect, sometimes for the first time, on what your presence actually meant to them. There is also a deeper layer to this, and it has to do with self-respect and energy. When you stop chasing someone, you are not just changing your behavior toward them, you are changing your relationship with yourself. You are essentially saying, "I deserve reciprocity. I deserve to be met halfway. My time and my energy have value, and I will not keep pouring them into a one-sided dynamic." And here is something fascinating. People can feel this shift in you, even if they cannot explain why. Confidence and self-worth carry an energy that is almost magnetic. When you stop begging for validation and start operating from a place of self-respect, you become far more attractive, not because you are playing games, but because you are no longer emitting the energy of desperation. Desperation, whether we like to admit it or not, is repelling. It doesn't matter how much someone likes you on paper. If they can sense that you need them more than you value yourself, something inside them pulls back, even subconsciously. On the other hand, when someone senses that you are complete without them, that your happiness is not dependent on their attention, they naturally become curious. They wonder what changed. They wonder why the constant text stopped. They wonder why you're no longer available at the drop of a hat. And that wondering is often the very thing that brings them back around. Now, I want to be very clear about something important here. This is not about playing manipulative games or pretending to be uninterested just to trick someone into liking you. That approach is shallow and it never lasts, because eventually the mask comes off and the truth reveals itself. What we're talking about here is something much deeper, genuinely valuing yourself enough that you stop overextending for people who are not meeting you halfway. It's the difference between manipulation and self-respect. Manipulation is fake detachment used as a strategy. Self-respect is real detachment that comes from understanding your own worth. When you truly stop chasing from a place of authentic self-worth rather than a calculated tactic, something remarkable happens. You start filtering people naturally. The ones who only valued your presence because it was convenient will fade away, and that is actually a gift, even though it might sting at first. But the ones who genuinely care will notice your absence and step up to close the gap. They will start initiating. They will start reaching out. They will start putting in the effort that should have been there all along. This is not because you tricked them. It's because you finally created the conditions where their true feelings and true priorities could reveal themselves. There is also something worth mentioning about how chasing someone constantly can actually rob them of the chance to miss you. Constant presence, ironically, prevents longing. Absence, on the other hand, creates room for someone to feel what life is like without you, and often that is when they realize just how much your presence actually meant. This is why so many people say things like, "I didn't know what I had until it was gone," or "I never realized how much I needed them until they stopped being there." That realization almost never happens when you are constantly present. It only happens in the space created by your absence. So if you find yourself in a relationship, a friendship, or any connection where you feel like you are doing all the chasing, all the initiating, all the emotional labor, consider this a gentle but important reminder. Stepping back is not about punishing the other person or playing hard to get. It is about restoring balance, protecting your own energy, and giving both people the chance to show their true investment in the relationship. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply stop, breathe, and let silence speak for itself. More often than not, that silence says more than 1,000 messages ever could. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which part hit home the hardest. And don't forget to share this with someone who needs to hear it today.